Hey guys, I'm Noob here. Today we are watching newest episode with Ted Bell, Miles Morales, aka Spider-Man from Marvel Comics, versus Izuku Midoriya, aka Deku from My Hero Academia. Okay, this has been a very popular matchup, like around pandemic, I think. Like I've seen this pop a lot, and it's a very interesting matchup because at first glance you think like there be that much connection if you don't know that much about both of the characters. Like, but if you do, you can see there's actually so much connections. Like it's all about power and responsibility, being the legacy of Peter Parker and All Might. And this might be honestly my preferred for both. Miles vs. Static is a really still good matchup, and there's not a lot of Deku matchups I like. Like Deku vs. Gun is like I don't know. Don't know how to feel about that one. Deku vs. Asta is decent in this. I do like it enough. So Okay, so pretty much, I do have to admit the placement of this episode is really interesting because we just had Shigaraki on this season, like the Kickstarter season. And Ghost Rider, I mean, I guess it's not weird for a Marvel episode, considering how frequent they are. But I guess it would be really weird for My Hero Academia to do this, because other franchises have doubled down on the same, like Dragon Ball, Transformers, Naruto, like, so nothing really new. I think what's supposed to happen here is that this was supposed to be around Beyond the Spider Verse, but we all know that got delayed. And I'm pretty sure, like just a few days or even yesterday, it announced that that movie even got delayed even more. So that's great. Definitely great. Like, seriously, I better cried during that movie. And this might be around. And considering that My Hero Academia is gonna release its final season soon, like this year, which would be, I guess, kind of weird because you kind of have to talk about spoiler stuff for Deku. But anyways, like on that aside, here's who I'm rooting for this fight. I'm definitely rooting for Miles, considering I grew up a lot more with the Spider Verse movies. Not that I hate Deku or anything, because I really like him a lot. One of my favorite characters in the series. Like I really like how his character grows throughout like each season. But Miles is just kind of in my childhood. I mean, he's not beating Peter for me, but he's definitely up there with some of the best. Like, especially the Spider Verse movies. In terms of I think is going to win, that's going to be Deku. The reason why I think Deku's going to win this is just he seems physically superior, has way more abilities than Miles, and like, eventually he's going to land he's going to land a hit. Like Miles has some great stuff in this arsenal, like he can go invisible, like his the web shooters, his the pretty much the same power as every other Spider-Man, almost. And then he got this Venom Blast, which is his biggest advantage, which allows him to I think it was like destroying nerve systems of someone. Might be wrong, but it's somewhere around that. Like I'm pretty sure you can stop your organs, your heart. I think it has done that before. But the thing here is, Deku just seems to counter everything Miles throws him. Like Miles throws at him. Like when it comes to the web shooters, he has Black Whip, which is way stronger. Like when it comes to like a spider sense, he has danger sense. And he's like he can do the same thing. So there's nothing really setting Miles at a speed advantage. Because I feel like speed would be like honestly dead even for both of these two. There's also like invisibility, which like, considering he can see some like, but still deck, like I don't know if you can see invisible people, but I don't think you need to see invisible people when you can literally just destroy everything surrounding you. And then he has like stuff like overlay, Fajin, gear shift. Like, eventually, Miles is gonna get overwhelmed by the amount of power Deku brings into play. So yeah, that's what I think. But I'm still really hyped for this episode. Because first of all, I do think this episode has amazing potential when it comes to productivity. And I do think Deku deserves a way better episode. Considering like the Deku vs. Austin, the way they treated Deku's death was really weird. Considering like 90% of the fight, I liked I liked the route they went with. I don't think Miles still had a pretty good episode, like with Miles vs. Static, even though it had a very clear winner. But like, we're here today. We're gonna watch this. I can't wait. Moro's animating this. Love as it works, like from Indie Cross to Indie Cross. Yeah, whatever. Just watch this.
Miles Morales versus Izuku Midoriya.
Yep.
Spider-Man versus Deku. He's whizzed
Oh,
by
that's the prediction.
boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their
Whoa.
weapons, armor, and skills to find
That's
out
like
who
a
would win
comic
a
panel type
death
of.
battle.
That looks cool.
All right, let's take this from the top again. This is Peter Parker. He was bitten by a radioactive spider, and for who knows how long,
I have
he's
seen
been
both
the one and
previews.
only Spider-Man.
A
Yes, I
friendly neighbor
usually
to
watch the
all of New
previews.
York City. In a
Yeah,
universe
Sneak
filled with
Peek,
super
so you
soldiers,
can't very
Hulk,
aware
Green
of this.
Goliaths, and world-shattering gods, Spider-Man is there to look out for the little guy.
But in a multiverse of infinite possibilities, that doesn't always last forever. Like in Universe 1610, when NYC's Webhead got iced on the job.
The city was left without its protector. But fortunately, Peter wasn't the only one who got bit.
Not the only
Enter
one.
Miles Morales, a young teen from Brooklyn just trying to figure out his place in the world. And now, he had it thrust upon him.
The canon event to start all canon events. Now it was Miles'
I like
turn
how
to
it's
be the
treating
hero the Big
enemies
Apple
and
needed,
just
and
Quinn.
he had all the usual
It's
spider
like
kicks to help him out.
defense.
This spider
Game
carried the
Squad.
Oz formula, a genetics-enhancing
Whoa.
serum that granted Miles superhuman strength, speed, and the ability to alter his body's electron attraction to crawl along any surface.
And you can't forget that classic spider sense, an internal warning system that lets Miles know about incoming threats so he
Yep.
can react ahead of time.
Okay,
He even
so-
got an upgrade that acts like a radar, letting him see through stuff.
But no spider person is complete without their web
A lot of venom
shooters.
stuff.
Given to him by Peter's Aunt May, these webs have all sorts of
Overdrive,
applications
Thunderverse,
between swinging,
Wakanda,
grabbing,
yeah, there's
restraining,
the
projectile
Wakanda tech,
wing, and
especially
being
the
made
vibranium
into
suit.
constructs.
Not having Peter around to show him the ropes made things a lot tougher, though. And between mishaps with wall crawling and web slinging, Miles got off to a rocky start.
Like any typical teenager, he had a lot of self-doubt. Could he keep up in school? What was the right way to talk to girls?
And how could he live up to being Spider-Man when one of the villains he had to face turned
Oh,
out
yeah,
to be
the
his
Prowler.
very own uncle? Makes family dinner
I like-
so
I
awkward.
like the Prowler.
All that trying to kill you stuff.
Fortunately, Miles had a leg up on every other superhero known to man.
Living parents. Better yet, loving parents. They supported him when things got
Parents
tough,
scaling.
even if they didn't always see eye to
Great.
eye. And thanks to them, he learned the best way to be Spider-Man wasn't to do it like Peter, but to do it his own way.
And it helped that this particular spider had a bit more to its bite than Peter's. Miles has a variety of unique powers, like invisibility and venom.
Not like Tom Hardy.
No,
It's weird to
different.
give your main power the same name as one of your bad guys. Come on, Spidey. Branding is important.
Miles can harness his own bioelectric energy and weaponize it, which is especially effective against individuals with genetic mutations.
Punching, absorbing, blasting, mega
I don't think
blasting.
it's gonna work on
Hell, he
Deku,
can even
though.
make electric constructs out of this stuff.
He
like
started out
spider
this
webbing and a damn
purpose.
sword. Jeez, what kind of spider
Yeah,
was
the
this?
sword.
It's not entirely science fiction. Studies have shown that certain species of spiders,
the
such as
should
the
affect
Deku,
Deku.
have a
Even
process
then,
known
he
as
just has
ballooning.
overlay.
By spinning a thread of their silk, they can use the Earth's natural
Which
electric
allows
fields
him to
fly,
fight on,
traveling
even
up to hundreds
if
of
his body
miles.
was disabled.
No pun intended.
Well, whatever kind of bite it was, it gave
Okay,
Miles
here's
the
the new
edge he
stuff.
needed to find his worth as Spider-Man.
Miles can dodge gunshots, missiles, and lightning bolts. He survived all sorts of beatings, including a building exploding on top of him.
Oh,
Tip of the
Spidey
iceberg.
could lift buildings and dodge light speed
There we
attacks,
go.
and Miles is more than a match for him.
Like the time he absorbed the energy of a bomb that was
Oh.
going to vaporize
There's
Harlem,
the
a blast
gain
that would have
scale.
equaled 15 million tons of TNT.
He's gotten kudos from a ton of older heroes too, becoming a member of the New Ultimates and the Avengers. He
Yeah,
even
oh,
helped
yeah.
form the Champions, a team of teenage superheroes with the likes of Miss Marvel and Ironheart.
The king of Wakanda himself even suited him up with some Wakandan vibes.
There we go.
The same stuff as T'Challa's own suit.
It's not as strong.
Super rare and tough metal can absorb kinetic energy.
It's
and
like light
vibrational
to the
impacts.
It
last
helps
stick
to regulate
Spider-Man.
Miles' venom powers too, allowing him to better control his
Yeah,
electrical
it
output.
allows
The
Spider-Man
vibranium
to
is
be
thinner
more
to better
agile, so
fit
that's
his
why we
acrobatic fighting
yeah,
style,
thinner.
but it can still shake off most fatal attacks like they're nothing. This stuff is tough enough that Deadpool's swords have shattered against it.
Though it's not as durable as,
Hey,
say,
more
Captain
rivals.
America's shield, and enough kinetic energy will overload it.
Don't be near it when it does, or you'll end up like the Falcon here when he used his vibranium wings to stop a bomb that was gonna blow up New York City. That's twice now. Does any other city have to deal with this stuff?
But when vibranium and spider powers still aren't enough, Miles can push his electrical output into overdrive.
Giving him
Oh.
huge boosts in strength and speed, and making him a whole lot zappier. It's your classic shonen power-up, and he knows it too. He's a bit
Oh,
of a
yeah.
weeb, and has a thing for
There's
mimicking
so
some
many
favorites.
Despite his
references.
initial insecurities, Miles has more than managed to live up to his predecessor. No longer standing in the shadow, but side by side.
Literally, his universe got blown up, and he was sent to the main
Main
scene
universe,
of his
yeah.
timeline, along with his family. And now it's him and
Oh,
Peter
no,
as a pair of
don't you
Spider
dare
Bros.
show me that.
He's even become one of the big players of the Spider
Won an
War,
Oscar.
teaming up with all sorts of other Spider variants
Seriously,
to defend
it's
the
rare to
multiverse.
get those,
There's
especially
anime
comic
spider
book
people,
movies.
robot spider people, dinosaur
Yeah.
spider people, spider people, a whole lot of them.
Yeah,
each with their
there's-
own way
there's
of
some
getting the
weird
job
ones
done.
in this spider
Miles even
people.
led him into battle against the Inheritors, a bunch of interdimensional vampire assholes.
This is what Stan Lee was proudest of in his favorite superhero. Regardless of who they were, any sort of person could wear the mask and do the right thing. For so long as we stay true to ourselves and help others in our own unique ways, then anyone can be a hero.
Pretty short.
But what is a hero? To the citizens of Japan, there was no one more synonymous with the word.
So it contains spoiler for the ending.
All
Yep.
Might, the big numero uno, with a smile on his
I
face.
saw that
He can
this video is
save anyone
19
and win
minutes.
any fight, no matter what.
Or so it
Which
seemed.
is really
After
short
a battle with his arch
compared to
nemesis,
the other
All
ones.
For One, All Might was grievously injured.
I do like
His
how they
time as a
continue
beacon
the
of hope was
analysis,
coming
like,
to an end,
after
and he
ending
would
it
need
with
to find
the
someone
models.
to pass on the torch.
In this world, most human beings evolve to have their
So
own
like
individual
it's like a different
superpowers
approach,
or
I guess.
quirks, but not everyone is lucky
not
enough to
bad.
get one. Like this kid named
Yep.
Izuku Midoriya, or as local bully Bakugo like to call him, the
Good-for-nothing Deku.
Izuku wanted to save people just like All Might, but even his idol
One of
knew
them.
that he would have
I
to
know,
give up
one
on
of
his
them.
dreams.
Forever the beta male in the shadow of Bakugo and his Sigma quirk
24 posts
until he
after.
got the chance to alpha up and lend his rival a helping
no.
hand, proving
I've-
himself worthy
I heard
of All
this.
Might's torch.
And so, after months of training, Izuku was granted All Might's quirk, one for all. This power allows him to boost his strength to incredible heights, using it for smashing attacks named after specific US locales and a soccer club.
Or football, as they call it.
Straight punches, spikes, even finger flicks, One For All is the ultimate in strength-enhancing quirks.
The first time he used it, Izuku destroyed this
Oh,
giant
yeah.
robot in a single blow on accident.
Not an easy
Too bad it
power
wasn't
to
the
contain.
only thing he destroyed, though. Damn, that looks like it hurts.
One For All's power was so great that the recoil would shatter
Shatter
Izuku's
the
limbs
bones.
when he used it. In the hands of an improper vessel, One For All could cause their body to explode, so Izuku would need to continuously train to master it at his Hero Academia.
Say that again.
UA High.
Here he'd be inspired
Yeah.
by Girly Pop
There's a lot
Uraraka to
of
turn his zero
with
name
this.
into his hero name, becoming the Deku who always
always
does
does
his
his
best.
Something that he may have taken too far.
When it came to saving people, Do Your Best here had a bad habit of putting others way before himself. Sure, everyone else was okay, but he'd be good for nothing all over again if he got himself paralyzed.
So to cut down on his hospital bill, he developed full
Full
cowling.
cowling.
Instead of using his quirk in short bursts, he would
You gotta
continuously
disperse
spread
it.
the energy across his body at low percentages, using it for acrobatics inspired by Bakugo's explosive movements.
And with that new thinking came a new fighting style, shoot style. To use a stronger limb that'd be less likely to break, Deku took a page from Nerd Emoji Ida's book and switched to focusing on kicks to pack in more of a punch. Yeah.
And that power would be needed. After a climactic battle with All For One, All Might would be forced into retirement, just a few months into Deku's training. Now it was his turn to face
Could've
this demon
been-
lord.
But he didn't have to
Bad
do it alone.
timing.
Just as All Might had passed One For All onto Deku,
Deku was
it
still
had been
developing
passed
his
onto All Might by
powers.
his master, and onto her by her master. One For All was a power that was built upon for generations.
The quirks of the previous users of One For All manifested in Deku, along with their spirits, or vestiges, to help him in his battle against All For One.
Black Whip gives him energy tendrils to
There
swing
you go.
around and restrain foes.
Yeah,
They
this
can
is-
also brace his arms
pretty much
and
everything he
manually
has.
control his muscles if he can't move.
Float allows him
Yeah,
to
that's the
soar
thing with
high
Black
into the
Whip.
sky. By combining it with controlled blasts of pressurized air, he can effectively fly.
Danger Sense detects incoming threats and unease, letting Deku react in advance. Though
Spider
it's mostly
Sense.
like an alarm bell and doesn't tell him specifics like location or number of threats. Familiar?
Smokescreen lets him create a smokescreen,
Smoke screen.
but
yeah.
he can use it at full blast to create a bigger,
Bigger
smoke
smoke
screen.
screen.
That's well and all, but the real meat is in Fajin.
Yeah,
After
it's
building
one
up
of his
kinetic energy
best
within his
ones.
body, Deku can unleash it for bursts of strength and speed.
He's combined it with Black Whip to create the powerful Black Chain binding attack, and can use it in
Oh, yeah.
conjunction
He's
with full
very
power
creative,
to
like
achieve
Miles.
foe 100%, equaling All Might's full level of power without any recoil.
He once used it to outspeed a bullet shot by Lady Nagant, a former hero turned villain who has a sniper rifle for an arm. I think I'm in love.
Nagant's bullet once crossed a distance
It
of
is
around
really cool.
215 kilometers within a fraction of a second. That's 6,700 times faster than sound. And Deku was moving so fast, the bullet seemed like it was standing still.
Not the
And he
fastest
can go
speed.
even faster than that with his final
Yeah,
quirk,
Shiragi.
Gear Shift.
By touching a target, he can control its speed without abiding by the laws of inertia. He can slow down foes to leave them frozen in the air, or move so fast he can punch multiple times in an instant.
Even All For One's own protege Shigaraki couldn't track him, and this is a dude
Yeah.
who can catch light
speed,
laser
there we
beam.
go.
It does have a time limit though. After 5 minutes of continuous use, Deku's body will catch up to his speed, suffocating him as his cells become unable to take in oxygen.
Not nearly as bad as One For All.
Can
was
hit you
suffocating him.
really
He's
hard.
been doing all of this shit in just the 10th grade. I hadn't even figured out you can breathe through your nose at that point.
The pressure of having to save his
Hey,
friends,
being a
the
top
country,
5
the
hero,
entire world
pretty
weighed
nice
on
one.
Deku. So he left UA to fight
Yeah.
this war alone.
But alone was never where Deku fought
Too
best.
heavy tone,
Having
this
come
man.
from nothing, his admiration for his peers gave him strength, just as they admired his strength and desire to help others. Even Bakugo came around to him.
So when it came time to finally put that demon lord back in hell, his classmates, teachers, mom, friends, enemy, and everyone else supported and cheered him on. Because that was the greatest threat to All For One's reign all along.
Not All Might, not Deku, not even One For All
Friendship.
itself. Just people helping each other out. And with their help, Deku defeated All For One once and for all, blowing a hole in this huge storm and parting the skies for a brighter future.
Though he did lose his quirk and have to retire from hero work, getting a regular 9 to 5 as a teacher, passing on his knowledge to the next generation, just like every user of One For All before him.
Some might say he peaked in high school, if not for the sick new armor he eventually got to go back to kicking butt. He even made it all the way back near the top of the rankings.
All with the help of his friends. For so long as we keep reaching out our hands to help those in need, everyone can be a hero.
Okay, here we go.
Right, the combatants are
hey.
run the data through all possibilities.
It's time for a death battle!
Okay, I'm kind of worried that they might give this to Miles, considering they didn't give that much number on Deku's like power of strength. I thought they'd go a lot with the numbers. With they went a lot with Miles, but not a lot with Deku. The only ones I could think of was the lady in the god one. That wasn't even his best speed. It's either that they're trying to make it sound close, or they think they might, or they think that Miles might win this fight. It's very concerning. It's like they didn't give that much numbers on Deku's side. Like, I do think Deku has a better analysis. I do like his analysis way more. I feel like Miles could have had actually longer ones. But still, not much numbers. I'm still gonna side with Deku, considering he can do a lot of stuff. But if Miles wins this, they're gonna have to explain this. I don't know why though. So I really understand why they went for him. And like, again, I'm rooting for him, but I just don't think he'll win. Let's just go. Hey, oh this looks cool.
Huh?
Oh man, not the only one there.
Yo! You're more man and less spider than usual.
Whoa, I was looking for you. Care to
Oh.
show me what you can do?
Alright, new guy. First lesson? Don't watch the mouth.
Watch the hands.
Watch the hands.
Now watch
Nice.
mine, Delaware!
Okay, I like the music.
Let's try that one more time. Guess who?
Is that a Batman vs Superman
Power
reference?
here. Gotta take this somewhere else. Oh, gross!
What's that?
Got skills, man. I like that.
I like how they start this fight.
Oh, mierda.
Oh. Really old New York City.
I moved us to an abandoned part of the city so we can go all out!
Nice.
Because I always do my best!
I like good camera angles here. Okay.
If I'm gonna do my best,
Oh, damn.
I gotta do my own thing.
Nice. Oh, yeah, that's cool. Hey, the sword. I just realized they didn't mention overlay.
Sarah was right! Your quirk is amazing!
Amazing is my buddy. They call me the ultimate Spider-Man.
Yep.
His suit has shock absorption, not nullification. So, it's got a limit.
Oh, this looks like a final shot.
Go beyond!
Oh my gosh. Oh, yeah. No. Hey.
Spider-Man, you really are the ultimate.
Nice. Oh, I love that.
KO! Vaya con Dios, Aranya Hoven.
Let's start by talking about their superpowers, which matched up quite evenly. Unsurprisingly, given the not-so-subtle inspiration for Deku's quirks, though they did have some edges over the other.
The spider sense gave Miles more
Yep.
insight on his surroundings and threats than danger sense, which has been worked around before.
This meant Miles' invisibility was harder for danger sense
Oh, they mentioned that,
when
I
he
see.
wasn't attacking, while the spider sense's radar system allowed him to find Deku in a smokescreen. But Izuku's other quirks granted him advantages of his own.
Float was a lot more mobile than Webs, and Fajin gave a bigger boost in strength than Venom did. Since both had some advantages and disadvantages, we're gonna call superpowers a tie.
Next up,
Interesting.
Scaling to
Didn't
Peter,
think
Miles
we
could
died.
dodge light speed attacks, which actually outpaced Izuku moving faster than that sniper bullet. Fortunately for Deku though, that wasn't his best.
Yeah.
Thanks to gear shifts, Deku could speed himself up to match
Which-
Miles the same way he did to the light-catching Shigaraki. Even worse for Spidey, one touch from gear shift could freeze him in place and make dodging totally impossible. So speed goes to Deku.
Okay.
As for skill, Deku was
Okay, I can see this,
incredibly
Miles.
talented at analyzing an opponent's abilities and coming up with strategies on the fly.
But Miles' powers and fighting style gave Deku few immediate openings.
Deku may have received more formal training at UA, but he was ultimately only active in hero work for a little under a year.
Meanwhile, Miles has been handling everything from neighborhood crooks to multiverse-ending gods for significantly longer.
It's close, but with his greater experience, skill goes
Miles,
to
yep.
Miles. And that means the biggest deciding factor is raw strength.
And that was no contest. Miles absorbing the energy
Yeah,
of the
okay.
bomb was nothing
Nice.
to scoff at, but overwhelming
I wish they
power is
gave
what
an
One for
actual
All
number.
is all about.
When Deku defeated All for One, the energy needed to part those clouds with his punch
Yeah,
had a
okay.
yield of 362 billion
Billion.
tons of TNT,
Yeah, okay.
smashing the bomb Miles absorbed out of the water.
But it wasn't as simple as that. Miles is wearing a vibranium suit after all, so the question wasn't
It's
necessarily
tough, but it's
who's
again,
stronger.
it's
It
not
was
as
if
tough
Miles'
as the
suit
Black
was
Panther
tough enough
suit,
to
and even
continuously
the
absorb Deku's blows.
When the Falcon
even
protected New
yeah,
York from
like
that
even
city
like
destroying
even
blast,
if you give
he had a
like
yield of
like an equivalent to
546
Black Panther, it wouldn't
megatons.
still be enough
Impressive,
to
but
tank
Deku
all
defeating All
of
for One was
Deku's
still over
punches.
600 times stronger than Vibranium's limit.
And Deku did that with One for All's embers, not the full package.
And remember, the vibranium in Miles' suit was much thinner than what Falcon and Black Panther
Yeah.
had, making it unlikely it could absorb as strong of a blast.
It's there to provide more protection, sure, but there was no way it could survive all of what Deku could dish out.
In this superpowered battle, it was Izuku's overwhelming speed and immense strength that made him the winning hero.
And the morales of the story is...
The winner is Deku.
Nice.
Time on
Okay, what's the next
Well.
time? It is Hulk versus Godzilla.
Subscribe and join as a member to see more Death Battle. Thanks for watching.
Wait, that's doubling down on Marvel. I was like thinking before this episode came out, what are the chances that they're gonna double down on Hulkzilla? Small chances, right? They're gonna do that. Prove me wrong. I was like, I could, like, it's weird, okay? Because I've seen like episodes like a Marvel episode and a different episode and the next episode Marvel. I've never seen a Marvel episode and then the next episode another Marvel episode. Unless there's some example. Like, it's a very interesting placement for Oxygen. And I guess for a while now, like, Devil Artemis has been working for a long time in this episode. So I guess it makes sense to me why it's still, yeah, really weird place. I'm really looking forward to this. It's like one of the ones I've been really most hyped about because who would not want to see Hulk fight Godzilla? Size, like, some might complain about size difference, but I think it's like a really good attractor for an actually good episode. So, like, can't wait for that. And very, very interesting debate. So, okay. In terms of this episode, I really enjoyed this episode a lot. Like, so much. I mean, like, it's not really that much of a surprise since I love like Spider-Man. I really enjoy My Hero Academia, MORO's anime. It's like a recipe for success. However, one thing I did notice is it's really short. Like even comparing it to the like some fights that have been complained to be a bit like wonky on the pacing, like Simone versus Kyle. Like you can notice that the overall episode there's some stuff they kind of rush, especially with something like Miles' analysis. Like, speaking of analysis, I just want to say like I love the transition from Miles to Deku, like saying like Miles is very much like a hero, but and then with Deku's analysis, ask what is a hero, and I really like that. But like overall, like I prefer Deku's way more than Miles because I feel like there's like it's felt like short. They didn't they didn't really give that much story wise for Miles, but I guess that's comic book Miles for you. And Deco was honestly really great. I love the way they shape it a lot. Like, like and both analysis show really great meanings of like love, like support, like being who you are. Overall, great. The fight was really great. A bit fast, to be honest, but only real complaint. Otherwise, everything looked spectacular. Like I think both the voice actors did really great, and um, like, Moro, like to no one's surprise, did an amazing job on the animation. Like he seriously killed it, and even though it was sad to see wait, Miles get Miles got blown to death again. Huh. That's a strange coincidence. But yeah, like, even though it was sad to see Miles lose, it was still overall great. I do think they really respected a lot like for both of these characters, and it's so nice to finally see Deku get a good episode. I don't know how this stacks up to the other episodes we had this year. It's definitely not the best, but definitely not the worst. It's a really great episode. I'll definitely like rewatch this more and understand it because like this is my first reaction and this is like, really my true full thoughts. Like I could change my mind on some things. But yeah, that's pretty much what I have to say. Maybe I'll add some more details, but I think that's it going to be it for today's video. I'm going to see you guys next time, either on Hulkzilla or something else. I'm Lou, and thanks for watching. Peace out.